you're most likely in a place that you don't want to be. I mean, a lot of times we find ourselves in that spot, whether it's the work we don't like doing anymore, whether it's the relationship we're in, hell, even the financial stress that so many of us deal with, often puts us just in a really bad mental state. I chose to get certified in NLP because I want to make a difference in people's lives, because I think mindset is where everything lies. Because there's a lot of people that deal with the same situations that handle it better, or they progress out of it quicker and they don't stay stuck in that space. I know as a man, oftentimes we have nowhere to go, whether that's in our own relationship, with that, within our own friend groups, within our own family. We often find ourselves in a spot where we're just dealing with it all, like it's very heavy in our own space. We're kind of feel like we're alone in the process. And I think it's just a place a lot of us males find. We have a lot of pressure when it comes to finances. Not that ladies don't, but it's really heavy on males. We want to provide. We want to, make sure our family's taken care of. We always have to kind of, be the strength, right? We don't want to show signs of weaknesses. We don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to share certain things that look like weakness. We're worried about being judged as being, maybe a wuss, a pussy, whatever, a baby, whatever the hell that looks like. There's a lot of stories that we create inside our own minds that keep us locked into this area of struggle, mentally, emotionally. We find ourselves lost, stuck, just in places we don't want to be. And so, I find that getting into inner work and personal development was a huge component for me. Not that I don't have my times where I still struggle and feel alone, and I'm still going through my own personal growth journey in certain aspects of it. I found that neuro linguistic programming was just a missing link for me, that really combined goal setting, mindset, subconscious, conscious mind, thought, and consciousness, and all how it kind of groups together with anchoring, with states, with building rapport with people, having a support system. It just kind of encompasses everything in its entirety when it comes to personal growth. And reason why I got certified in then is just so I could create some resources, some tools, offer one-on-one coaching, maybe some courses, things like that, where I can really help people grow, and give them a space where they can have, a safe, honest, vulnerable conversation with no judgment, and just have, a spot where a person that they can talk to, or a community that they can plug into. Because I think it's so important that we need to find comfort in an area where we can share the things we're dealing with as a male, especially as a male, because suicides are primarily males. And I think it's just because, so many of us feel like we have nowhere to turn, nowhere to go, whether that's, like I said, inside our own friend group, our own family, our own relationship. So I've been there. I can't say that I've been suicidal, but I understand the struggle. I understand what it's like to be in that space on a, what was once a consistent basis. Anxiety has been a passenger in my life, a cloud that has carried its weight on my shoulders, and something that I've learned to deal with, along with anger, is really a defense mechanism from insecurities, things like that. And I just want to know that anybody that comes into my space, that wants to, see what I have to offer, see if I can provide some one-on-one coaching. I'm doing, a lot of things right now in the background where I'm creating courses, tools, my own path to personal development that I think is beneficial for everybody, and just kind of a guide to get there, because I know when I started growing as an individual and going through things, that I often found that there's just so much, read these books, read these things, and I wasn't much of a book reader, and I found that ebooks has really helped me out, because it's more bite-sized, it's more to the point. A lot of times people take this, a big book, if you will, and kind of makes it bite-sized, puts it into something a little bit more digestible, so I can read more ebooks than I can read a single book, right? I started listening to podcasts. Podcast was huge, finding my people that I really resonated with, that, or even if it was just the episodes of guests that were on certain shows of men that I follow, whether it's Ed Milet or Rob Dial, Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins, Brendan Bouchard, Russell Brunson, Gary Vee. Those are just some of the few that come to mind. Impact Theory with Tim Bilyeu. There's a few, but I just want to help people where I can. So, um, I know if you're struggling right now and you're in a space you don't want to be in, that there is light at that end of that tunnel, even though it doesn't look like it is. And sometimes we just need somebody to turn to, somebody that can share with us some insight, help us find our own wisdom within, because we all have it within ourselves. We all have the resources right inside us. It's right in here. Sometimes we just lock ourselves away from it. We self-sabotage ourselves and keep us away from the answers that we already have. And I just want to help people, find those answers that you already have. Work with you, listen, have a conversation, intently help you out with, a direction that you can go down, and learn about what your routines are, your habits, what you want to accomplish, getting yourself, a targeted GPS to get yourself out of the stuck, things going on up here. Sometimes it's a scary place within our own minds. So, yeah, if anybody wants a little bit of guidance, a little bit of help, a little bit of insight, feel free to reach out to me anytime you can. I'm going to create a lot of resources and things like that you'll have access to. But more importantly, just keep your head up, keep moving forward, keep finding the strength every day to just keep going on. And you're not alone. There's a lot of brothers out there that are experiencing, or have experienced exactly what you're experiencing, and have built that life and built that dream and found that partner and found the life and found the job and found the things. They just started, straight line, keep working towards it, stay out of the suck as much as you can, and just keep, smile on your face and positive thoughts, and you'll get there. You'll get there. Much love, brother.